Hey, what's up, everybody? So this is another episode of Milwaukee Development, WFSO report. So some of the stories I was telling y'all that we're going to get to yesterday's video. We can get the chance, talk about some of the stuff that we didn't see. Depends you watching like late Friday night or early Saturday morning. Um, I just want just get this out there. So anyway, so this area right here used to be like a restaurant. They used to have like tables and stuff outside. I think they said like which restaurant it was. So they're gonna do a 350,000 construction project. So, cause it's gonna be a new restaurant, and like I'm glad they actually gonna use it. Yep, years after closing the Rumpus Room, I think which was closed like in I think what it was like the last decade they closed. But Barlota restaurants, which is one of the biggest restaurant chains in the city. So I guess they're gonna actually do something with it, and I don't know why that just happened. Yeah, that's TV for you. So maybe just put that on, just let that play. But anyways, so it's mainly gonna be redeveloped. So this should be interesting. Like said, okay, we are working closely with the city of Milwaukee as we progress from the design and development to the construction phase of the project. We look forward to sharing more details in the coming months. So most likely you probably won't get much stuff going. Like probably ain't gonna be nothing until maybe like late summer, early fall. That probably will have something going there. Wait, opening in 2011, the Rumpus Room marked a departure from Barua's earlier restaurants with a focus on craft beer, wines, and spirits. Which, it was not heavily promoted. Like, you go down there, like on Water Street, you see it and stuff like that, but it was not heavily promoted. And I think that was one of the issues for it, for them to, close down. So, yeah. I know they saying on here, it was the pandemic why they closed. And yeah, okay, space was home to Egan's on Water. So I kind of knew it was something else before it was the Rumpus Room. I'm sorry, it just now covered to be, the name. So insane. But the ball's somewhere down there. Yeah, my son's dog Ivy again. So like I said, y'all probably gonna end up seeing a lot more of her within like this coming weeks, and like early August she's gonna go back home to her daddy, and still get to visit her like almost every week. So yeah, she's look like she's getting familiar. But yeah, let's see. Oh, this is a gourmet bar, snacks like bacon flights and chicken fried oysters. Oh, never heard of that one before. So you see where I've been. Grasso will occupy the ground level retail space within the downtown office tower. Of course, 1000 North Water Street. One of those, big areas for like, stuff that's going on weekends, because, they got, what's that, was it Water Street Brewery? They have that, they have Brothers, or I think they just finally reopened after their 30-day suspension, I believe. And I think it's Red Saloon that's over there too. So, and plus you got Qdoba's and some other like upcoming restaurant like Buffalo Wild Wings used to be in that area too, and they finally opened it back up. As I mentioned yesterday's video, I believe it's going to be in a Jamaican restaurant. So maybe some people will be interested in seeing that. So Should be fun. But like I said, Barlotia, Barlotia restaurants, they got a big portfolio. Like I said, they produce like a lot of restaurants that's here in Milwaukee, and like one of the biggest chains in the city. Um, don't know if they expanded, beyond that. So that one I do not know. But prior to the Rumpus Room, which closed. Oh, and Okay, the pandemic is the reason why. Okay, they closed. So yeah, it's like I would say maybe 25% of the cities like they have restaurant, closed because of the pandemic. But at the same time, things had opened up more and more, and like more people like investing in downtown. But almost everywhere in the city, like you got a lot of people, like investing in it. Mindy, Daisy, better than that. Don't you start. So yeah, it was still a crazy name, the Rumpus Rule. So I guess we will probably end up knowing, the name and whatever else they're gonna have going on in the coming months. So most likely it's gonna be late summer, early fall that they're gonna, announce it. So I'm glad, finally, getting off the ground and doing something with there. And if y'all see like over here in this area, there used to be the Milwaukee Wave building where you can like get Milwaukee Wave merch and stuff like that. Now you can easily just go to like their team store in the UWM Panther Arena, get some Wave stuff. Cause at one point it was in the Bradley Center, then moved to back to UWM Panther Arena, but it was there before the Bradley Center had opened up in 1988. So yeah, like I said, I know some people, they underestimate this city, but we got like this city got a lot of history. Like I said, we mainly just talk about the developments that's going on, and yeah, we talked about that Southern restaurant yesterday, so no need to repeat that. But I'm just trying to see where there more stuff that we can talk about. So I'm gonna try to hurry this up and stuff like that. So just give me a little patience. Of course, you talk about that. Huh. Mother sets opening. Okay, yeah, I remember that old building in the Bayview area. It's still Milwaukee, but they just had to like change the name, to Bayview. So okay, yeah, so it will be called Mother's, 2900 South Kinnickinnick Avenue, like the South Side. So okay, so the restaurant will be open next week. It's the culmination of more than 2 decades of the industry experience and heartfelt passion of the LGBTQ plus. I need to say that a little bit slower because I end up saying it faster. I'm going to mix up the words and stuff. So I'm just glad I read it as slow as I did. So, and plus, this month is like Pride Month. So, what a way, to open it, this month in Pride Month. So that's good for them. So let's see. Created queer cuisines, resolving the way we pay people, and this is how we could work if someone stood up and did it. So, okay. So yeah, there's like more than one, LGBTQ restaurant. So it's not nothing new. Like a restaurant that they made a few years ago that's like on National between it's on like it's on National Avenue between First Street and Kinnickinnick, I believe. Yeah, between First Street and Kinnickinnick. So it was owned by like a barbecue place, but now seems like it's a popular thing in that area. Then like over there you got like a LGBTQ club. And plus, they still gonna make another one downtown. So this is like a first in a long time that they making it for the too. But the thing is, like, I forgot to say this, that there was a lot of LGBTQ bars in the late '80s, early '90s. So, and I guess with stuff going on, and they're closed down. But anyways, so mothers will improvise small plates and out-of-the-box flavors, aim to excite diners and to push them to be explore new sensations without having to commit to a full entree. So it's mainly just like pieces and pieces. So I just want to see like food they are like. I wouldn't care if it's a LGBTQ. Like as long as you got good food, I'm there. Um. Okay, the opening menu won't be completely unknown because it's planned to feature some greatest hits from the past Mother's pop-ups, including her crowd favorite Mediterranean mushrooms, which I would not try. So that'd be meaty, rich, and topped with garden fresh chives. Um, burger. Sorry if I said it wrong. Spice hanger steak with celery root puree. Um, Cumin and cinnamon Rand's pork shoulder. Like I like cinnamon and stuff like that. I know the wife can't have it, but something that's a pork shoulder with cinnamon raised in it. I may have had something like that in the past. I'm not sure, but if I didn't, this would be like a first. So, and lean thin or mung bean noodles. Served with a capital rum and mild spice, pork flaws, and scallops are also featured. So, okay. Also on the menu are hearty, vegetable-based options like tikka masala jinoshi, tempura tofu. I heard about tofu and I never had it before. So, background pickled egg with yolk mousse. Sound like a dessert, but I think it is. Hers are Provence and salsa verde. So, this looks like, like I said, they're going like healthy choice, and it looked like, they put wherever, the original things that they had in the past before they going into this, new location. Um, okay, okay, they got sweets in there too. So, Madura's curry carrot cake with candied walnuts, early banana and curved frozen yogurt. Not bad. Flawless chocolate cake with beer to full. Can't even say it right. I'm sorry. Jerry Casperti and cream fraiche cleansing. And the financier with smoked almond mousse, apricot, thyme, and sweet potato ice cream. That'd be something interesting. Like sweet potato pies, I guess you would like the sweet potato ice cream. So that's interesting. The drink menu, although still under development, let's see, handful of craft cocktails along with more far-flung offerings like South African wines with an empress of epical sourcing. It sucks that I don't drink because some of these things maybe worth at least trying. But I got a wife, so maybe we go here to this place one day. She can try the wine and let me know how it is. But anyways, let's see. The restaurant follows a European pricing structure, so service and tax are factored into the cost of each menu item. So, and of course, you can tip. So, yeah. So, okay. I kind of figured it was formerly occupied by Sage. That was like another restaurant. But yeah. So you know what? It's a good idea. Like probably everybody will probably eat there, especially if they like the menus that they have here. So, I don't care, but I don't think they probably don't need that much discussion. So I don't know if this was like before or after they this woman brought it and probably changed some things in there. I don't know, because I've seen the building, just never been in there. So that's cool. Interesting at the same time too. Let's see, was there any more stuff to talk about? So don't mind me, guys. I'm trying to hurry up, so I won't take the full day from you. So I'm trying to do like 30 minutes of this, and okay, we talked about that already. Let's see. After being outsmarted, council may accept new convention center deal. So let me see. So they got the convention ever since the extension was open last year. It was getting a lot of success in conventions. It's just like there's a few things that we're missing, like conventions. Like we were supposed to have a comic convention in November, but unfortunately we don't know how or what happened. But they just decided they're just gonna they claim it's supposed to be postponed, but most likely it's canceled. So so it's like we would be happy that with the having more like comic conventions or something like that. So okay, they're not happy with it, but the Common Council appears to poison the approved to revise revenue sharing agreement with the. Okay, so I wonder what they're talking about. Like 5 years after the convention center district outsmart the city of Milwaukee by carefully defining the term net income to reduce its odds needing to pay on a revenue sharing agreement. It has agreed to give the city at least $500,000. Ooh, yeah, that's a little bit of highway robbery, and especially like if they actually pay attention, generate some more conventions instead, some of the normals. Like MMA 414 was a new thing that they had last year, and it was a big success. And of course, this year they're gonna make it bigger and better. So that's one thing. I can't wait for that, because I will go to that one too. Gonna bring the wife with me for the first time, so this will be the second year they will have it, and it'll be my second time going to this. So. Previous formula provided $0 to the city of Milwaukee. Not one damn dime came from them. Oh, says Department of Administration. Okay. Oh, because during the Finance and Personnel Committee to adopt the revised agreement. WCD is funded by 4 taxes, including the hotel room tax, which was reassigned from the city to the district as part of the convention center's 1990s development. Okay, because it was a convention there before. So what they did, they tore up one side and made it to like a parking area. That's where they got the expansion at now. There's a parking area, and like at the point it was like smaller, and it was connected to the now UWM Panther Arena from the pictures that I saw. But yeah, so they ended up changing it, made the convention a little bit more bigger again. That's why we had, when the debut, at first his name was the Midwest Express Center. But yeah, so let's see. The 2020 agreement was made with the city seeking to recoup some of the revenue when WCD needed the city's endorsement to access a state loan guarantee, which would lower its borrowing costs for the development of $456 million for the expansion. The revised deal would include a guaranteed annual payment of $500,000 plus 2.5 annual escalator. It would pay more than $27 million over the life of the agreement that is time to run currently with debt on the. Hey, what debt? Oh. Okay. However, some council members believe the city should be receiving more. From the downtown Adam and Bob Brumman, who is also he's a board member of it. So attempt to hold the deal in May. We are again a lousy $500,000 for everything our citizens put in, which is true. Like the city should be getting more revenue in that, and plus, and that's probably some of the reasons why certain like hotels that you stay in, they just like, oh, okay, we don't need like certain people stay here because like you can still get revenue from the convention being extended, and you can host like a lot of events like there and stuff like that. So, but then again, I can't wait to like certain hotels, because there's gonna be more hotels that's gonna be in that area, and just can't wait for it to like actually happen. So that would be cool. Sorry about that. Well, yeah, that's just sad that they receiving that much, and not saying the city is fully rich, which is not, but with the legislators that we have, it's not making it easier to like trying to do more stuff in the city of Milwaukee, and they focus on like all the suburban places. Yeah, scraps left on the floor. So yeah, that's basically what it was. So he said the city lost much of its leverage in the 1990s when the district was created and the city gave up control of the tax and earlier convention centers, which was part of the Mecca. Yeah, so it did own the Mecca arena. But said the city reject the new agreement could leave with nothing under the current deal. If you want to call scraps, we'll call it a $500,000, which will lead to much more down the line. So this may be like WCD, slowly, planning, other conventions and stuff, and it's supposed to hold, twice as much as the original one, which is still connected to it. But it'd just be good, to like see, more stuff than just, point A and point B. Because the city will really be up there if they had, comic conventions too, and not going for these, these C or D list comic conventions. Like the only comic convention we got is Milwaukee Comic Con, and that's at State Fair Park. So that's the only one. Although they do it twice a year, but still, it's like we need more. And plus, the Comic Con doesn't bring that many big names because of the shape it is, and although that's why probably the tickets are cheap, but there's nobody like big celebrity wise that's coming here that would be on the comic convention. So that really would have put some eyes from like not just the state, but we got like people that can come from like Minnesota, Michigan, or Illinois, Ohio, Indiana, Iowa, and stuff like that. But yeah, that's crazy. So the city had to waive airspace lease fees for skywalks and overhangs, from which the WCD currently pays approximately $23,000 a year. They will cut the net income from the WCD revenue sharing payments of over $26 million. That is something being during the negotiation that the director of Wisconsin Central District has insisted upon. So that's probably be understatement of why certain maybe events with getting city less money and keeping it all from themselves. Like if they was investing in the money that they was getting ever since the expansion open, that would be one thing. But yeah, this is really lousy. Maybe that's probably one of the reasons that that comic convention that was supposed to be here last year didn't happen, because of probably maybe they think they probably charge too much and all this other stuff. So Brooks could be paid as much as a. Oh wow. 3-year agreement will have his base salary increase from 370,000 to 445,000. The committee ultimately endorsed the revised agreement and airspace lease changes, sending them to full council. The revenue sharing agreement is structured as a payment in lieu of tax. The type of agreement the city offers reaches with non-taxable non-profit entitles when it has leverage. Okay, so wait. Okay, bonus suggestion the actual figure if WCD owned Plaza Forum was included would be over 10 million, which Wisconsin Center District does not own them. So WCD, if y'all don't know, is Wisconsin Center District. So, and y'all probably see some of my past videos that we will going past there and looking like the update of the convention and a little bit of the areas of that Wisconsin Center District. Which it ain't much, just from the looks of it, because I know certain districts that they made like in around here, like the Deer District, like. It's good and all, but it's just like, I guess, with some of the empty stuff that's going on at the moment, that's, people have to fight through, papers and try to get stuff situated before they actually, open it. But, that, like I said, that could explain a lot of things, though. So, y'all probably saw my rant earlier about Wisconsin Comic Con, was supposed to be here last year. I was like crapping on them because they decided to cancel. So I guess they was really right. Was they said the situation was under our control. So part of this is probably be the reason, which kind of sucks. But you guys, if you want to see like stuff going on in the city, like you want to have like conventions and stuff, speak up for it. Like let let the mayor and let everybody else like the aldermen know like you need to see like more like things going on in the city. Although wrestling wise, they're trying, but it just don't make any sense that that like the other side of it is just like all crazy. So I do remember this Big Lots. Wait a minute. The former bargain store could get new life as a halal market under a proposal current pending before the city of Milwaukee. So okay. Let's see. This will sell food, beverages, and other products that align with the Islamic dietary guidelines. So, okay. So something, based in, that. Yeah, well, fair enough. But yeah, the Nuns Hot Bargains, like, I still gotta check out that eventually. So, okay, it seems like they ain't gotta pay much out of pocket. Like, just for the project, it's estimated cost $100,000, according to construction documents. So, if approved, it would be added to the collection of Southside halal brochures, include Imaha Food Mart, the Myanmar Asian Market, yeah, and Atari Supermarket. So it's good, have things, like with ethnic foods and stuff like that. I would like to see like one big international store that sells everything from international. Cause I know there's a store, I think it was Southridge or Mayfair that sells, half of the Southridge that sell half of the, import stuff. But you never got the opportunity, to buy it at the time. So Then hopefully next time I end up going to South Ridge, I probably will buy some stuff. So lunch or neighborhood attendant in the Plaza offers variety of frozen desserts, boba drinks, crepes, waffles, and more. So, okay, the Michigan-based dessert shop has 3 locations in its home state, but have one Milwaukee location that opened late last year. So yeah, it's kind of new. So that's good. Like, it's just like I said. Oh, okay. So Big Lots closed 27th Street this year as part of the chain's bankruptcy. So I don't even think there's that many stores left of, you know, uh, Big Lots. It was one point. It was one that was in its capital in like the east side of Milwaukee. That was gone. There's a few more they had. That was gone, and just all a bunch of stuff. That's gone. But I'm just glad. Some people are actually end up investing in places like that and just actually put their money where their mouth is, so to speak. So, okay, I think there's one more thing we can talk about before we end this report. So, I looked at this one. I didn't read it much, but it said the new historic district proposed for the west side, um, which is parts of it is not really that much of a safe place because there's like some stuff empty. But I know around was it 27 and I think it's Wales and like in Cairborn and all that stuff. It's getting a lot of development as of late. So it's like the future of Dunkin' Donuts is gonna be in that area. Um, you used to have not Dollar Tree, but not Dollar General, but Family Dollar that used to be there is not there anymore. So yeah, I guess they gonna plan on. They saying they're gonna do. Let's see. The new proposed historic district will protect an additional 30 properties in Milwaukee's near west side. So that's good. There's more like developments into that. So it's kind of like we always wanted because it seems like it was just like so bad over there. It's like you wouldn't want to hang around there at night. But a lot of stuff did calm down since like certain places closed. And although they still got their I think that bar that was like across from Family Dollar is closed too, and they changed it into like a restaurant, like an eatery restaurant. So that's probably starting to notice like the it's calming down. So the new district will be centered around the intersection of North 26th Street and Wells Streets. Okay. Oh wow! So it follows a trend that started when Milwaukee's largest landlord, Wilson F. Bernarda, began buying up near West Side properties. Well, no, sorry, near West Side properties. So near West Side is a district. So probably won't get that much confused. 2024, 2 new districts and a handful of individual designations were approved for the properties of that area in 2024, but one of the new districts centered around 3100 block of West Wisconsin Avenue engendered substantial controversy and resulted to a new elected alderperson. Okay, it's that been several properties. Yeah, because a little bit of that area just do need to be worked on and need to be fixed. So because it's sad, every now and then you hear like maybe like every other week, there's a shooting over there, and it's close to the heart of downtown, so that's even suck more. Okay, so the pros district will be they have a July 7th meeting about it. Let's see. I'm just trying to see like what stuff they have an idea of what they're gonna do with it. So I don't know if they're gonna just make like a whole bunch of apartments or what's going on with that. We don't know. So I guess they coming up with the styles too, as it seems like this says on here. Let's see. One of the properties of William J. Turner's house, that's 743 North 25th Street, was already individual. Just is it designated? The Fred Silver House, that's nearby there, 761 North 26th Street. Okay, so national register of historic district, but it's not locally protected. The only non-house or lot include the proposed district of 2534 West Wells. And that's the crazy thing, because like maybe like about 5 or 6 blocks from there or within that area was the old hospital that I was born at, that no longer existed. I think it stopped in the late 90s, early 2000s, I believe. And it ended up being at one point, being like a recreation center, because I did used to play, basketball there too, like in '02, '03 and stuff like that. So it was like a basketball league in there too. So yeah, so I guess this is some of the examples of some of the places that this guy owns, and probably going to either do something about it, or who knows. So it's mainly, like I said, around 26th and Wells, so in 25th and Wells and all that stuff. So yeah, the guy owned a lot of properties. So as you said, like this is like they gonna like refurbish the house or whatever the case may be, because they didn't really say like what they was gonna do with that area. It just seemed like it's just gonna be a district, and maybe they I don't know. So I guess it's one of those things you just wait and see, and like we ain't gonna know until they have more news on it. But that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked today's video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so most likely we will do a giveaway when it gets close to the numbers. Also, we just don't talk about Milwaukee development. We talk about comic book movies and TV news, wrestling, and Milwaukee Bucks. So if you're interested in that, you will like this channel. And I know I gotta put a little bit more like wrestling content on there, so I'm working on that. Like I said, there's a few projects that I'm thinking of working on, so more details will be announced within the next month or two. But also check out the website, WrestlingFansSpeakout.weebly.com, for like upcoming events in the Midwest, upcoming wrestling events, I should say, and also meet and greets that's in the Midwest. So it'll be interesting. And also, like, there's videos like this that's up on the website as well, and all that good stuff. So if you get a chance, check out the website. Once again, it's WrestlingFansSpeakout.weebly.com. And also, we're sponsored by Mike and Robin Thompson, and also Midwest Wrestling Collectibles, which if you're interested in some wrestling merch, check out Midwest Wrestling Collectibles on Facebook. Like I said, it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, Pride Month as well, and PTSD Awareness Month as well. So check on your people. Always check on them, because mental illness is a real thing, and I'm kind of living proof that it is. Although you have some families that won't be in denial, but I guess show them the information and what they need to know. They will turn around. So I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much it. So anyway, guys, man up, woman up, head up, and until the next video, you guys have a good one, and see you later.